Take a look at a typical afternoon in any busy community. Good people are doing their best to navigate the handoff between school and home. But when schedules are tight and 30 parents converge in a narrow drop-off zone, tension is already simmering right near the boiling point. In this environment, it only takes a tiny spark to ignite a crisis. A single, ambiguous text message sent in a rush. No punctuation, no clear instructions, just a fragmented bot fired off into the ether. When information is incomplete, human nature automatically steps in to fill the void, and usually it fills that void with anxiety. People begin assuming the worst possible intent because they lack the context needed to understand the actual intent. That single misunderstanding quickly multiplies. One forwarded screenshot becomes a dozen side conversations. Facts distort with every retelling, trapping the community in a labyrinth of rumor and reaction where the original truth is completely lost. This panel shows exactly what that collective anxiety looks like when it takes over. A glitchy rumor swarm, a physical manifestation of chaos that thrives on confusing, escalating communication. The adults are now entirely consumed by fighting the swarm. But while the adults are battling the monster they created, someone else is standing quietly in the room. A child is watching, listening, and absorbing the emotional weight of every raised voice and slammed door. When communication breaks down, the child is the one who has to navigate the resulting atmosphere. The stress of that reactive environment becomes the primary backdrop of their day. So, how do well-meaning people end up trapped in this toxic spiral? If we prioritize curiosity over blame, we have to look past individual mistakes and ask a better question. This diagram shows the root cause of the breakdown. People didn't fail because they are inherently bad. They failed because the system connecting them lacked the necessary structure to handle high-stress communication. The link snapped under pressure. To defeat that systemic chaos, you have to stabilize the connection. You replace emotional knee-jerk reactions with documented context and routine verification. This panel demonstrates the first structural antidote, the trust ladder. Before reacting to a notification, the adults verify the channel and confirm the sender's identity. It acts as a deliberate circuit breaker. Here we see a physical methodology used to reinforce that pause, a 5-step hand check. Thumb pause, pointer channel, middle preview, ring ask, pinky respond. It forces a mandatory delay in the communication chain before a single word is typed. This image illustrates the broader concept of beating rumors with routines. By establishing official, verifiable communication channels, rumors are decisively stamped out and replaced with facts. Of course, honest mistakes still happen. This comic page shows a jammed printer and a misspelled sign. But instead of triggering a crisis, the error is framed as a vital opportunity to make the system safer. Notice the procedural mantra applied in this panel. Fix the folder, not the kids. By locking the shared template, the adults repair the shared resource. This removes shame from the equation and solves the root logistical problem. When you implement these structural circuit breakers, routines, clear documentation, and systemic repair, you drain the emotional volatility right out of a high-stakes environment. Let's return to that initial school pickup zone. With clear routines in place, the exact same people navigate the exact same tight schedules, but the friction is gone. Without the oxygen of ambiguity, the conflict simply stars. The adults now have the tools to resolve logistical hiccups quietly and professionally. The friction is handled entirely out of the child's view. This illustration shows the result. By utilizing structured blocks and modeling clear communication, toxic digital noise is locked out at the firewall. It never even reaches its intended target. These systems serve a specific human purpose, securing the psychological safety and long-term well-being of the child. This page captures a foundational rule of child-centered practice. Kids repeat whatever they saw last. Knowing this, the adults intentionally manufacture a better last thing for the children to witness before stepping onto the bus. When adults maintain clear, predictable systems, children are finally freed from carrying the heavy burden of adult anxieties. They are given the space to simply be children. So the next time the stakes are high and communication breaks down, resist the urge to look for a person to blame. Ask what the system allowed to happen and figure out how your next choice will protect the child.